Now, this may come as a surprise, but I am currently watching for a good entry point into Perfect Order. That is looking for opportunities to buy up certain cards in Perfect Order just because I think it may be a good time to. Looking at the price chart from my own app at Shiny Binder, the cards obviously start off the same way many sets do. There's a high and then it dips as supply floods in. And, at some point it just settles at some sort of price or value. And that is what we are seeing in Perfect Order at the moment. The values of these cards seem to have stagnated. There isn't much tremendous change. Maybe Clefairy has gone through the most instability over time. Lots of massive waves here, ups and downs and whatnot. But it looks like it is starting to slowly trend up in recent days. I don't know if there's a trend down in the future, but so far it's looking like there's just a steady incline in value. As for everything else, it's kind of stagnant. And looking at the percentage change, last 90 days, this is what it looks like, which doesn't tell us much. So let's narrow it down to the last 30 days. This is much better. Looking at this, Esper is starting to increase in value a little bit. At least it has actually surpassed its value since 30 days ago. That is what this the zero value for the x-axis means. It's 30 days ago, April 19th. And then we measure the percentage changes in volatility from there. And it has at least surpassed that mark. That's why it is above this faint dotted gray line here. Everything else we have Dedenne, Rowlet, and Auroras. Oh yeah, Clefairy, of course. All of those have not yet surpassed their value from 30 days ago, but they are trending that way. Looks like they had a low point here, kind of around May 3rd and a little bit before May 3rd. And now they're just steadily going up. What is this green line? This green line is Dedenne. Dedenne is actually, looks like it's at that 30-day value. So it may be on track to also exceed what it was 30 days ago, just like Esper. So not bad, and everything else is slowly going up too. But anyways, this is kind of what I want to see in cards. I want to see them stagnate. They need to be lukewarm. There's not too much supply. There's not too much demand. Everything's kind of balanced. And that's where I want to enter the market for certain cards. And it is a good time to consider which Perfect Order cards are going to go up in value over time versus other ones. Since it seems to have bottomed out, I don't know what will happen when Chaos Rising more massively enters the market. But I think most of these cards in Perfect Order are going to hold its value just because they're really good cards. They really are artwork-wise. I really like Rowlet and Esper and Dedenne. Auroras isn't too bad either. And of course, there's Clefairy. Granted, Clefairy is already a $30 card, so maybe that's not as appealing. But everything else here, Dedenne, Esper, Rowlet, they're all under $10. That's not bad. So let's look at some Perfect Order cards. Let's do this. Cards, much better. Okay, here is Dedenne. Dedenne looks great. Yeah, it's so cute. Really, really cute. This is probably the best artwork for Dedenne, in my opinion. He's basically the other electric mouse besides Pikachu. That's really cute. And then, of course, there's Esper, because who doesn't like cats? Everybody likes cats for some reason. They are cute and cuddly. Well, no, they can swipe you in the face. But they're generally more cute than dogs, maybe. At least that's what my son thinks. He loves cats. So there's Esper. That's the perfect card for him. And then Rowlet is probably my top favorite out of all of them because it's Rowlet. I don't know why. I like owls. Owls are so cute. And again, it kind of meets all those conditions that I look for in a card. It's got cuteness and it's got character. It's Rowlet, and Rowlet is not an unpopular Pokemon. People really do like Rowlet. And then, of course, the colors or the artwork style. This is fantastic. This theme of green looks amazing. Emphasizes that natural look, like Rowlet being in the wild. It's got a whimsical style. This is a great picture for Rowlet. And so I've been picking up a couple Rowlets for myself. Probably on track to fill a whole page, honestly. So this is what I think you guys should be looking for right now, as well as all the other things I mentioned. There's just so many opportunities to invest in Pokemon. Now, what is going on with Ascended Heroes? I was curious, so I just wanted to take a look at this. And there's nothing much happening, really, especially for the really high-priced SIRs. I didn't even pay attention to Pikachu and, Mega Gengar. way out of my league. All of these cards are actually way out of my league as well, honestly. But I'm going to take a look. Mega Dragonite, Charizard, YEX. This is the gold one. Pikachu EX, that's the other Pikachu, the non-forest Pikachu, and then T-Rocket's Mewtwo, Mega Dragonite. They're not really doing anything in the past 30 days. The percentage change, it looks like this. There's a bit of a diversion in the past few days, in the past week actually, where T-Rocket's Mewtwo has gone down a bit. Pikachu EX is still kind of stagnant. Mega Dragonite EX is also kind of stagnant. And the only thing that went up was the Mega Charizard YEX, the hyper rare gold, whatever. That has been trending up slowly, probably because it is the other Charizard that exists out there, the other rare Charizard. It may not be the most colorful, but I think that's kind of how it's perceived. It's the other Charizard, and it is kind of rare. Well, pretty rare. It's the gold one. So that is trending up. Now, how about the IRs? This is what I love about the chart that we have in our site, because we can look at everything. We can compare multiple cards. Let's do Meryl, Score Bunny, I don't know, Dreepy, and how about Banette? Why not? Let's look at that. Percentage-wise, this is the percentage change for the past 30 days. What's red? Dreepy is Dreepy has bottomed out. This is what it kind of looks like. In the past week, it hasn't really done much percentage-wise. Let's see. Banette has actually been going up slowly. What isn't moving? Mimikyu is not moving very much at all. Meryl is trending up and has actually surpassed that 30-day value, or the value that it was 30 days ago. And Score Bunny has, I don't know, it's been doing waves, but it looks like it is more strongly above the value that it was from 30 days ago. So things are trending up for some of these IRs. And these are IRs that I mentioned in my last video about Ascended Heroes, when I was talking about cards that I think you should definitely look at and possibly buy. It was the IRs. It was these IRs. Let me look at other ones. There's Budeau, and not going to do Dracloak. How about Slurpuff? Where were the other ones? There's Snorunt. Sure, let's do Snorunt. How about Beautifly? Because I have Beautiflies. Oh, there's Medicham that I really, really like, and I filled a page with it, or almost a full page. Medicham is purple. It is kind of holding steady at the moment, so this might be a good time for me to get the last two that I need to complete a full page, a 3x3 page of them. So that is nice to see. And then what's the red line is Beautifly. Beautifly is slowly trending up. And the green is Slurpuff. It hasn't really moved very much, but that means it might actually be ready to trend upward. This might be the bottom for Slurpuff. So take a look at that. How about Budeau? Budeau is also not really doing that much. It looks like it's sort of trending a little bit upward in the positive direction. So this might also have bottomed out. And the yellow is Snorunt, also appears to have bottomed out a bit. So look at all of those cards. Look at all those IRs that I mentioned like a week ago or a week and a half ago. I forget. Get whatever you like, because it's always nice to get Pokemon cards that have a nice personal touch to it. Cards that you like yourself, besides just liking its value. You just like the Pokemon. So, for me, Rowlet is a big one. I really like Rowlet. And Medicham, I don't particularly like Medicham as a Pokemon, but the artwork, I really do. I like the colors. Beautifly, I like. So I'm glad that I pulled a couple of those. I think it's an underserved Pokemon to a degree. And that is all. Literally, that is all. Short, simple video. Take a look at Perfect Order. Take a look at those Ascended Heroes IRs. It is a good time to think about the long term. Whenever a set is released, that's basically your next investment, possibly. So once all the craze and the FOMO has died out, look for that very lukewarm period where everything doesn't seem to do anything. That's a good time to start jumping in and picking and choosing which ones you think will be winners in the future. And keep a couple of them for yourself. It doesn't matter. If you like the artwork, you like the artwork. Just keep it. And one day, yes, these Pokemon sets are going to expire. You're not going to see them anymore on the shelves. Their print runs are done. So in many cases, it's a win so long as you get in at the right time. And I'm pretty sure a lot of these IRs will be very valuable once that print run is coming to an end. Anyways, that is all. If you want to try out this price charting thing yourself, then go to Shiny Binder and get it a free account. This should be released, I think. I need to talk to my husband about it. I keep forgetting to ask him. I'm pretty sure this was released publicly. That was the plan. And free to use, by the way, free to use. We are in the process of adding more historical data for more sets. It's going to take time. I am emphasizing this. I can't stress this enough. It will take time because there's a lot happening in the back end that you don't see. There's a lot of refinement that we have to do before we can release things to the public. Otherwise, things are going to badly break or it just won't make sense. So thank you all for your patience. Go to the Discord if you have questions or if you just want to talk about Pokemon. That is totally fine. That is cool.